It may be only in the last 5 years or so that American music listeners have embraced EDM the way Europe and much of the world has since the early 90s. But what we've lost in time, we've made up for in enthusiasm and an eager energy to adopt the traditions of our cousins to the east. While every event brings something special, there's still much to be said for the ones who pioneered it all. With an emphasis on art, culture, and at 20 years going strong, the Netherlands-born Mysteryland and its one-of-a-kind experience has played an instrumental and undeniable role as a foundation for its Western siblings. Thankfully, in what feels like a long overdue special treat, American EDM fans finally lived the original for themselves as Mysteryland came stateside for the first time, appropriately descending on the site where festival culture first galvanized, the legendary Woodstock grounds in Bethel Woods, New York.
I'm gonna drop Jimi Hendrix Star Spangled Banner live at Woodstock 1969. That's gonna be an epic moment for me because that's one of my idols. You know, I grew up playing guitar, and that Hendrix Woodstock album, that's legendary to me. So to be here, you know, it's kind of like a sign from the universe. Like, you're going in the right direction. You know what I mean? Like, you're where your idol was, whatever, so many years ago. History is a pattern and it repeats itself. There's so much to learn and there's so much to get out of it. It's like, be in the moment, feel the vibe, and push out some positivity back into it. You know, maybe 30 years from now, you know, they'll be like, Brills was here. I don't know. Who knows, man? I don't know.
Mysteryland in Bethel Woods, New York. It doesn't look like any other festival.
And this is such an amazing festival.
It's just the culture.
Good vibes.
This place has a crazy vibe.
Really, just the fans are up cray.
It's festy season.
So fun. Tell everybody's super excited that it's the first one in the United States.
And while the weekend kicked off with a question mark on just what mysteries would be unraveled, one thing clearly everyone could agree on was the excitement to play on such hallowed ground.
It's gorgeous. Happy to be here.
And they're like excited to be a part of it.
It was an honor. It's a pleasure.
It's a really epic day.
We feel the legendary vibes here.
I mean, Woodstock was here, and that's like the first thing that comes to mind.
I've always wanted to go to Woodstock when I was younger. To come out here and play on Woodstock grounds, and it was just crazy that it was here. First year ever, headlining on the main stage. There's nothing more iconic.
Iconic indeed. Headliner Steve Aoki and Cascade revealed just what it means to play here.
It's one of those festivals that kind of holds down the legacy of dance music. It's been around for so many years. And it's, you know, been part of what we do for so long.
Many people will walk in and out of your life.
It kind of makes sense to bring the tradition over here to America.
Only true friends will leave footprints in your heart.
The festival grounds of Woodstock, that's pretty epic.
Friends, you and me. You brought another friend, and then there was me.
It's an honor for me to close out Mysteryland.
We started our group, our circle of friends. And like that circle, there was no beginning or end.
It's cool for me when they called up and said, hey, are you available? Can you do this?
These productions coming from Europe, from Mysteryland and Tomorrowland, they really understand how to make you feel like you're coming into a new world. They brought their whole kind of imaging and vibe and environment here, so you really feel that way here.
But more importantly, I know the history of this space here. We're out here at Woodstock. In American music history, this is hallowed ground. This is a big deal. So when they told me it was here, I was like, yeah, man, I don't need to know anything more, man.
For many, Mysteryland carries on the tradition which started here in the 60s.
Most people our age, like most of our peers, don't have a reference point for like how important Woodstock was.
Even though the music's different, and we don't really know if they would appreciate this kind of music, I think the vibe is the same, and I think the reason why we're here is the same. And I think it is about the community and the love and just the revolution of kids expressing themselves through music, with music.
I think electronic music has a lot in common with the spirit of rock and roll and what Woodstock had going on at the time.
But I think it's like crazy when we talk to other people, we'll tell them like, yo, we're playing where Woodstock was for like this festival. And like my dad's like, what? Like, that's crazy. Like, it just kind of lets people know how big this is getting.
We're kind of the new kids on the block, and this music isn't, accepted by everyone, so we're still kind of, getting out there into pop culture. So I think it's appropriate that this festival is here and, kind of kicking down the door.
It's amazing to be here for the first time.
Just the vibe out there is so awesome. I feel like everyone comes here, like, the place is just, like, musical, just, like, the grounds, which is cool. I'm happy to be part of something like this. It was an awesome set. I mean, it was our first festival we've ever played. So, it was a sick first experience for a festival, playing a festival.
When you get somewhere and it has like a super like outdoorsy open vibe, be able to play big shows in that environment, it's like a great change up for us. Be able to be outdoors with all the homies and like have all these kids just ready to rage, it's like the best feeling ever.
There's a lot of energy, like the energy you get from an American crowd is undisputed. When I think of an American crowd versus a European crowd, I think of a crowd that's more driven by youth culture, a lot of younger people here, and it's a really great crowd.
Without the fan, all we have is just art that doesn't get seen and doesn't get appreciated. We wouldn't exist without each other. You gotta recognize that. It's for them and they're for us, and it's a beautiful cycle that I think if an artist really appreciates it and gets inspired by it, it becomes meaningful for both.
When you're excited to play, some tunes or to play a set, and then you're getting excited and the crowd is just as excited or even more excited, that makes you even more excited. So it's just kind of like this feedback loop of super turns up energy.
When I look at the crowd, I see people rocking our gear or singing the words. That's the best feeling.
Yeah, I live for that. That's why I love DJing, just getting that feedback from the crowd.
Diving back into the Mysteryland madness, we're reminded that performance is only half the battle for EDM immortality, with the front lines of production and new tunes ever present, including for LA's Loud Pack.
We're working ourselves on a bunch of just original solo Loud Pack records, and we're shooting for the fall, so hopefully in the fall we'll have our own record. We're working with artists, like Kenny was saying, Dirt Nasty, and working with a couple other artists, not going to name until... Yeah, exactly.
Heat in the bowl.
Yeah. We're excited about it. Lots of cool stuff coming out.
One collab that Kat is out of the bag on, it's an upcoming EP with the Fool's Gold co-signed LA brethren, Gladiator.
We love the same kind of music, as you can tell from our sets, so, coming together to, play shows together, work on tunes was, natural, organic.
Hardly green even upon the arrival to the burgeoning EDM landscape, Loud Pack's musical roots run deep. A pairing of Boston's Berklee College of Music alumni, Kenny Beats boasts production credits across tracks for Kendrick Lamar and Schoolboy Q, while other half Ryan Marks was simply born into greatness. His father, a former producer and songwriter for legends like Frank Sinatra and Liza Minnelli. Early support from the likes of Crookers, Excision, and French house god Etienne de Cresci earned the pair a badge of honor quickly, with the future only looking brighter ahead of their upcoming collaboration, since dubbed Glad Pack.
The Gladiator EP, it's Glad Pack EP with us and Gladiator to be on Ultra Records this summer.
And we just started playing a bunch of shows together, and then eventually we were like, let's make this a thing, let's do some Glad Pack-ish.
2 songs. Yeah, it's like festival season banger smack fest records.
And that's how it kind of came about.
That's something that's so cool about dance music too. Like, you don't see in the pop world or a lot of like radio and bands and stuff like that, you don't see the same amount of collaboration. The fact that all these DJs are working together all the time is really crazy.
That's one thing that's way different. The camaraderie in electronic music is way more tight-knit than anything else I've ever been a part of.
We have a bunch of tunes in the works. We have, we did a Low Pros remix with Juvenile that's coming out full of gold. We did another remix with A-Track that's coming soon. The Glad Package coming out, Ultra Records. It's festival season in this bit. And then we're playing a bunch of other festivals this summer. We're doing Spring Awakening Chicago, What the Festival Portland, a few other ones that haven't been announced yet, but we'll be all over the summer, so come check us out.
We're huge fans of music. We love going to shows. We love being in the crowd. We love, experiencing a party. When we're given that opportunity, when we're DJing, we want to make it the best party ever.
Awesome vibes in the boat stage. I liked it.
I kind of like those stages because, when you have a huge, massive stage, sometimes, people on the sides or like way in the back, they're not getting the whole experience.
It was like intimate too. It was like everyone's kind of close. It's tight.
Yeah, I liked how small it was.
Like people were all around you, like on the boat, which I like. Like people on stage, I like way better than us on my stage by myself.
So when you have a small, confined space like a boat, per se, you just get everybody packed around the DJ, and everybody's right there. And I don't think anybody's losing anything on the experience from being next to this awesome pirate ship that we're just DJing.
There's no graphics. I think it's cool on the production aspect how there's not as much LEDs and lasers, and it's more like installations. It was cool. It was a cool vibe.
I was just excited to see what they were going to do, and like we were DJing on a boat. I think that was tight. So they killed it with that, Yeah, it was awesome. It was dope.
My festival sets are... They're exactly that. They're festival-sized. It's my music, imagined and remixed or rehashed or mashed up. It is big and it's large and it's dramatic and euphoric.